Hey, what's up? My name is Paul Russell Parker III. You might also know me as PRP3, the author. Now, what I want to do in this video is talk about my book, Cash Me Out: Life and Death in Paradise. This is the second book I've ever written. It's a second book in my Warden series. It's a series of 3 novels and 2 novellas, and it's a very good read, I think. So I want to read the back cover before I go too much into the book to let you know what it's about. So the back cover goes, "What vile act would force you to take the law into your own hands? Staring out at the sunset, water ebbing and flowing over his feet. John Gabriel Warden finally felt content. He found paradise. Not only did he find paradise, but he bought a house and bar on it. Things couldn't get any better than this. That's what Warden thought, until he met her. Warden didn't start out looking for love, but destiny put them on a path towards each other. What she or Warden didn't know was that his troubled past would be coming back to haunt them. In this suspenseful tale of vigilante justice, Warden and his friends will be shocked out of their relative calm and be put on a path of vengeance. Just when they thought that they put their old lives behind them, they will be forced once again to respond with the violence of action. There is no shying away from it. Scores against organized crime will be settled. They will have to see if they can muster enough strength to make it through this daily struggle in this criminal heist thriller. Will they be able to walk away from this nightmare? Or will their dreams that became a reality be forever ruined? They didn't start this fight, but they are more than ready to finish it." So I hope that kind of enticed you. I think the cover's kind of cool. It's a life and death in paradise, so I think it fits. But I hope that description was like, wow, what is that about? Now, if you saw my first video about my other book, my All in the Globetrot Shuffle, you'll know that this book two is the continuation of that. 4 U.S. Marines found a large sum of money during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. They, you know, stowed it away somewhere where they were able to come back. They traversed the world to get to an island called Dominica, not the Dominican Republic, but Dominica in the Caribbean, and they were able to make good on their find. It wasn't confiscated because they didn't go through an airport or try to get it X-ray scanned at some port of entry somewhere. So book two, basically, Cash Me Out: Life and Death in Paradise, in the Warden series, is what happens after they make good on the money, after the money is successfully put into a bank, an offshore bank. I don't want to give too much of book one away in this, or too much of this book away, but they made good on their journey in book one. So book two, Warden, our favorite character, is on an island and he is loving life. He has his own bar. He has a house there. He's doing everything he dreamed he would be doing, and he finds a love interest. Well, things happen, you know, as most things do in life, but also in stories. Things start going bad, and they go from bad to worse really fast, to where Warden has a very risque past, because he is a criminal, but he's also a good guy. I like stories that kind of blur the lines between good and bad, where you root for someone, and they may not be someone that you would usually root for, but that's how life is. Good and bad. Not everyone is good. Not everyone's bad. A lot of people are both. They're good guys who do bad things, or bad guys who sometimes do good things. So I like that aspect about the story, about the whole storyline, is that they're criminals who are just regular guys who do good things, I guess. So and like I said, he had money, from the first book, and that's kind of like the reason why there's bad things happening in the second book, because a lot of eyes are on him. Eyes from the United States government, because they're trying to investigate some incident that happened years ago in Iraq, and he fits the bill, of who they're looking for. Also, there's a criminal organization on this island, because on this island of Dominica and a lot of other islands, you can do something that's called economic citizenship, where you can basically invest or buy a passport, you become a citizen. And some people, I'm not saying in real life, but in my story, some people took advantage of that, and they were able, if you have a Dominican passport, it's part of the Commonwealth for the UK. It allows you to travel a lot easier than if you have a passport from a blacklisted country like Kyrgyzstan or Uzbekistan. That would throw up red flags. But if you show a passport from the Caribbean, no one's gonna bat an eye that much. So, and you can travel and move to places within the Commonwealth. At least in my story, I'm not sure how if people really do that, but like I said, so he falls in love. He's having a good life. Things go bad. They get worse, and unfortunately, lives are lost. And so Warden has friends in America who they went on part of they were part of the heist, but they were able to go back. He didn't want to go back. He had nothing to go back to, but they needed to come to the island and take some revenge because something bad happened, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it a lot of people were very saddened about what happened, and they couldn't just let it slide. It was such a horrible thing that happened that heads need to roll. So one of the heads that roll is the head of a criminal organization on this island who traffic in drugs and and human trafficking. So there's a lot of fight scenes. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of things going on where it goes from book one's military. It takes place in the military. It takes place also in Iraq as a contractor, and then it takes place as veterans who are traveling the world, and then it goes from that to book two where you don't really see the military or know much about their military past, but it comes out. The Marines are on their way. The Marines are coming, so watch out. So that's book two in a nutshell. Love, drugs, murder, rock and roll. Everything you can think of is happening in the story. There's twists, and like I said, the series is a noir. It's not gonna have a happy ending. Just like how in regular life, not everything has happy endings. It's not gonna end like how you think it is. It's not gonna be what you want to happen, but it's part of the story. That's based on real life. That's based on my own personal experiences and some of my friends, some of my veteran friends. Not all of us are here anymore, and like things you don't expect to happen will happen. It's horrible. It's something you don't want to experience, but you know that's how a lot of things go. So that's why I put that twist into it, and you'll know when you read it what I'm talking about. I hope that you're enticed to take a look at it. It's a very fun story. It's all full of crime. There's money involved. There's kind of some steamy scenes. I wanted to write a story where it was something that men and women can read. It was something that all audiences can read, and a good story has a good love interest, a good backdrop to that. There's a lot of love making scenes in it, because I thought that as a reader, I would read books, and some would they kind of keep that separated, but a lot of the good books I read, they're like the movies that come out. Your lead actor, your lead role, he's in love. They're in some kind of steamy relationship, and you get to see that play out, and it makes for good viewing, and so it also makes for good reading. So it'll have stuff in there that I think all audiences will like. It's not safe for work or for children under the 18, just because not just because of steamy love scenes, but because the alcohol, the drugs, the murders, the fighting, a lot of the stuff that's happening is not something that you want young minds to see or experience. So you can find it on Amazon. The ebook is exclusive to Amazon. But to get around that, if you don't read Amazon, e-readers, if you use Apple, Google, or whatever else, you can download the Amazon Kindle or Amazon e-reader app for free. You don't have to pay for it. You just, download it, and you can buy the ebook from Amazon, and then you can open it up through that e-reader. So you're not paying for a subscription, you're just paying for that ebook. And you can read it that way, or you can pick up the paperback. You can find it on Amazon, but you can also find it on the websites of other major book retail stores like, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. You just go to the website, type in my name, Paul Russell Parker III, or type in the title, Cash Me Out, Life and Death in Paradise, and you'll be able to find it, and then you can get it and pick it up that way. And let me know if you liked it or not. You hit me up. You can leave a review, but you can also respond to this video, or go to one of my social media pages. It does have its own page on Facebook. If you type in the title, or if you look me up, PRP3 the author, you're gonna see the links to my other pages and whatnot. So yeah, hit me up. Let me know what you thought. I'm here. I'm making videos. I'm talking to people. I will respond to you. I like to know what my readers think and see and experience from the journey I create for them. And I like to, have conversations. So don't be afraid to hit me up. Like and subscribe, and, come back to my channel. You'll see other videos about the book itself. I'll talk about the characters. I'll go into more of, the Easter eggs I put into the story, and tell you more about what's happening on this island. So that's it. Appreciate it. Have a good one.